Welcome to our video about the power of the lens, history's most iconic images. This video will journey through some of the most influential photographs ever captured, exploring how a single frame can change the world. First, Women at War by Lee Miller, taken in Budapest in 1946. This image captures homeless children. It shows Miller's compassionate perspective, even when documenting the aftermath of war. The Power of One by Oded Bililti, a 2006 image, depicts a lone woman resisting security forces during an outpost evacuation. It won the Pulitzer Prize for its powerful depiction of individual strength against overwhelming force. The Afghan Girl by Steve McCurry was captured in 1984, featuring Sharbat Gula in a Pakistani refugee camp. Her piercing green eyes became a global symbol of the refugee plight and the human cost of the Soviet-Afghan War. Lunch atop a skyscraper was captured in 1932 during the construction of the RCA building in New York. The image shows 11 ironworkers dining 840 feet above the city, remaining a definitive symbol of American resilience. Next is The Terror of War by Nick Utt, a 1972 photograph of Phan Thi Kim Phuc fleeing a napalm attack in Vietnam. This shocking image shifted global public opinion and helped accelerate the end of the conflict. Earthrise by William Anders, taken during the 1968 Apollo 8 mission, provided humanity's first color view of Earth from the moon. It sparked the modern environmental movement by showing our planet as a fragile oasis in space. Dorothea Lange's 1936 portrait, Migrant Mother, features Florence Owens Thompson in a California pea pickers camp. It defined the Great Depression, and its publication led to immediate government aid for starving agricultural workers. VJ Day in Times Square by Alfred Eisenstadt was captured on August 14, 1945. It depicts a sailor kissing a dental assistant amidst end-of-war festivities and symbolizes the relief and joy following World War II. Joe Rosenthal's 1945 image, Raising the Flag on Iwo Jima, shows U.S. Marines raising the flag atop Mount Suribachi. It became a national symbol of triumph, representing collective sacrifice and victory. The Burning Monk by Malcolm Brown from 1963 shows Thich Quang Duc setting himself on fire in Saigon to protest the persecution of Buddhists. The image forced the U.S. to reevaluate support for the South Vietnamese government. Man on the Moon by Neil Armstrong captures Buzz Aldrin on the lunar surface during the 1969 Apollo 11 mission. It documents humanity's great achievement, successfully landing and photographing in the vacuum of space. Pillars of Creation, captured by the Hubble Space Telescope in 1995, shows towering clouds of interstellar gas in the Eagle Nebula. It transformed our understanding of star formation and the scale of the universe. Tank Man by Jeff Widener, taken during the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests, depicts an unidentified man standing alone before tanks. It remains a global icon of nonviolent resistance against state oppression. The Hindenburg Disaster by Sam Shear captured the 1937 crash of the LZ-129 Hindenburg in New Jersey. The visual evidence of this dramatic disaster effectively ended the era of passenger airship travel overnight. Guerrillero Heroico by Alberto Corda, taken in 1960, is the portrait of Che Guevara that became a global symbol of rebellion and counterculture, appearing worldwide. Starving Child and Vulture by Kevin Carter, from the 1993 famine in Sudan, raised global awareness of the crisis. This haunting image also sparked ethical debates about the moral responsibility of photojournalists. Henri Cartier-Bresson's 1932 masterpiece, Behind the Gare Saint-Lazare, captures a man leaping over a puddle. It exemplifies the perfect synchronization of geometry, timing, and intuition in street photography. The Falling Man by Richard Drew, taken on September 11, 2001, captures a person falling from the North Tower. This somber image serves as a controversial document of the human tragedy of that day. Arthur Sass's Einstein's Birthday from 1951 shows Albert Einstein sticking out his tongue. This candid moment humanized the scientific genius, making him a beloved figure in popular culture. Muhammad Ali vs. Sonny Liston by Neil Leifer, a 1965 sports photograph, captures Ali standing over a fallen Liston. Its composition immortalized Ali's dominance and athletic prowess. Stanley Forman's The Soiling of Old Glory, captured in 1976 during anti-busing protests in Boston, shows a man being attacked with a flagpole. This Pulitzer Prize-winning image highlighted the raw racial tensions of the time. Yusuf Karsh's 1941 portrait of Winston Churchill shows a defiant scowl. The photo became the definitive image of British resolve and leadership during World War II. The blue marble was taken in 1972 by the Apollo 17 crew. This iconic image of Earth as a vibrant whole sphere reinforces global unity and planetary stewardship. Dali Atomicus by Philippe Halsman is a 1948 surrealist masterpiece that took 28 takes. It represents the innovative collaboration between photography and surrealist art to defy gravity. Robert Doisneau's The Kiss by the Hôtel de Ville is a romantic icon of 1950s Paris. Even though staged, it remains a beloved symbol of young love and Parisian charm. Stanley Forman's terrifying 1975 fire escape collapse captured a mother and child falling. The photograph's impact led to the adoption of new fire safety laws across the United States. The pale blue dot, taken by Voyager 1 in 1990 from 3.7 billion miles away, is a profound image. This tiny speck reminds us of our cosmic humility and the need to preserve our home. Alfred Stieglitz's The Steerage, taken in 1907, is a foundational work of modernism. Stieglitz focused on the geometric shapes and the stark social class distinctions between the upper and lower decks. Finally, Gandhi and the Spinning Wheel by Margaret Burke White in 1946 symbolizes the Indian independence movement and the philosophy of self-reliance through traditional craft. Peter Liebing's Leap into Freedom, captured in 1961, shows East German soldier Konrad Schumann jumping over barbed wire to escape to the West. This image epitomized the desire for freedom during the construction of the Berlin Wall. The Wright brothers' first flight on December 17, 1903, was documented by John T. Daniels at Kitty Hawk. This grainy image is the defining visual document of the birth of aviation and powered flight. Tetons and the Snake River by Ansel Adams was commissioned in 1942. This landscape showcases Adams' own system and remains a definitive example of black and white mastery and the beauty of the American West. Robert Capa's D-Day, The Magnificent 11, captured the chaos of the 1944 Omaha Beach landing. Despite a darkroom accident destroying most of the film, the remaining blurry images capture the visceral reality of the Allied invasion. Milk Drop Coronet by Harold Edgerton, taken in 1957, used stroboscopic photography to reveal the hidden crown structure of a splashing milk drop. This work bridged the gap between art and high-speed science. Tony Frisell's Portrait of a Young Boy in London from 1945 shows a boy sitting in the rubble after a V-2 rocket strike. It poignantly depicts the resilience and loss experienced by children during the Blitz. The Loch Ness Monster, or the 1934 surgeon's photo, fueled decades of mythology. It was later revealed as a hoax involving a toy submarine, illustrating the power of photography to shape belief. Ian McMillan's Abbey Road cover in 1969 captured the Beatles crossing a zebra crossing for their album. The image became a pop culture phenomenon, inspiring countless parodies and urban legends. The Hand of Mrs. Wilhelm Röntgen from 1895 is the first medical X-ray. Showing the bones of a hand and a wedding ring, it marked a revolutionary discovery that changed science and medicine forever. Flower Power by Bernie Boston, taken in 1967, captured a protester placing carnations into military rifle barrels. It remains a definitive symbol of nonviolent activism and the peace movement. Eddie Adams's General Nguyen Nhi Yaq lone executing a Viet Cong prisoner from 1968 shocked the world and fueled anti-war sentiment. Adams later expressed regret over how the photo oversimplified the moment's reality. Joseph Nicephore Niepce's The First Photograph, or View from the Window at Le Gras, was created in 1826. This bitumen on pewter plate is the oldest surviving photograph in human history, requiring an 8-hour exposure.